Welcome to Performance Plus on day 3 of the Williams Renault testing here at Kyalami. Even the best plans go awry in motorsport. It was going to be Riccardo Patrese here doing his 50-lapper, but Thierry Boutsen hasn't had much of a chance because of his mishaps on the circuit over the past couple of days. So it was decided to send Boutsen out today on his Formula 1 50-lapper. There was an air of expectancy about today's test session. As usual, the Williams Renault pits were well organised and spotless, and there was a briefing session for marshals. At the heart of Formula 1 are the engines that propel cars at incredible speeds. Renault Sport Design Chief Bernard Dudot gave us an insight into the latest engine.
The reliability of our engine is the first of target, and for me it's very important to start the season with the same reliability that the last engine we had.
I'd like to go into the electronics now, the way that this feeds into the onboard computer.
Yes, you know that now we have a look on the engine, a complete picture of the engine each lap by telemetry, because we have a memory on the car, and each lap we get some information about the pressure, RPM, temperature, about the engine, and each lap we send the information by telemetry, by radio, to the pits to have a complete picture of the information about the engine. And in these conditions, the engineers, motor engineer, have a complete knowledge of the engine during the last lap.
While Boutsen prepared for his day's work, teammate Riccardo Patrese swapped pleasantries with Springbok cricket captain, come racing driver, Clive Rice, who would have loved to switch places with the Italian. Out on the circuit, Boutsen quickly got down to serious work. Before starting his full race distance stint, the Belgian set the fastest time of testing so far with a scorching 1 minute 7.6 seconds. When Boutsen set off on his attempt at a full Grand Prix distance, a surprise visitor to the pits was Mark Thatcher, son of British Premier Margaret Thatcher. Out on the circuit, Boutsen quickly settled into a rhythm and was lapping consistently in the 1 minute 11 to 1 minute 13 bracket. The car appeared to be running sweetly, but there were ominous rain clouds starting to build up around Kyalami. The Belgian twice came into the pits for tyres, with the Williams crew making no real effort to match the sort of ultra-fast tyre changes that are now an exciting part of the Grand Prix world. With Boutsen almost halfway through his stint, a few drops of rain started to fall. This did not stop Boutsen and Patrese, who was continuing his test program in the Williams used last year, from staying out on the circuit. Boutsen reached the half distance in the test when there was drama. The Belgian pulled into the pits and quickly jumped out of the car. A split fuel tank was diagnosed, and it spelled the end of the team's plans to run for 2 hours non-stop. Soon afterwards, heavy rain also forced Patrese into the pits. With testing halted, we asked Boutsen to describe a lap around Kyalami. As you go from the start in the pit area and you go into Sunset or Gans Corner, as it's now known, can you give me an idea what sort of gears you are doing?
We're taking in 5th gear. Sunset is in 5th gear. It's about 200 kilometers an hour. And then we brake very hard for the left hairpin there, where the safety is not very good at the moment. The organizer said that they will improve it for the next time. So that's very important.
What speed are you doing in the hairpin?
It's about 120, not more than that. It's quite slippery in the middle, so it doesn't allow very great speeds there. Then we go up to gears, 4th gear for the next twisty bit here. It's
okay, that's the top sport S's there.
Yes, that's right. 4th gear at about 180 kilometers an hour. Acceleration going top of the hill. It's quite steep hill there.
What speed are you doing up the hill, do you think?
Up the hill, I think we're doing about a bit more than 200. More than 200 there. 2nd gear, West Bank corner. It's called West Bank, I think.
Yes.
We brake there and take the corner in about, I think it's 90 kilometers an hour.
Now this is the mine shaft that everybody talks about here.
Yes, this is quite steep there and goes downhill, and this left-hander here, we take that at 250 kilometers an hour. 250? Flat out in 6th gear.
Yes.
It's quite heavy braking for Continental in 4th gear, which is a bit slower than that. It's about 180 kilometers an hour. Fastest part of the circuit here, it's a long, it's flat from here to the end. We get to top speed at 285 kilometers an hour. This corner here, left-hander, we go there in 5th gear. It's about 230 kilometers an hour. Very, very fast. Very impressive from inside the car.
And the now Panasonic corner is a much slower corner.
We do a different corner than what is shown on the track. This is what they use for Group C. We go straight here, and it's very slow hairpin, and then straight for the pit straight. That's 2nd gear hairpin. Again, it's about 100 kilometers an hour.
Thierry, what sort of a run did you have today here at Kyalami?
Two kind of things. We did a lot of setup this morning, and then just after lunchtime we went for a race distance, what was supposed to be race distance. I did 45 laps, and then it started raining very badly, so we decided to stop there.
Now at that stage it looked as though there was something wrong with the vehicle, then it came in, they stripped it right down, and there was a lot of activity.
They wanted to check something with the fuel tank. It's a new type of fuel tank we've got here, and they wanted to check it. It was the right time to open it and check it.
David Brown, race engineer for Thierry Boutsen, can you just relate to us what happened today and the progress of the vehicle?
Yeah, well, we were chassis testing this morning with this car and assessing the tyres. And then we came in, rebuilt the car for the race distance, filled it up with fuel and went out. Had to stop the tyres 3 times eventually, and then we had to stop with a fuel leak. And we stopped now for the rest of the day because there isn't enough time to get it back together.
Now the engine came out and it's now going for a post-mortem back to Renault Motorsport?
Yeah, they'll take it all to pieces and assess what's damaged and what isn't, what the wear's like, and from that they'll learn to rebuild the race engines.
Riccardo, let's have a look at the car today, how it's performing, because tomorrow you're going in for the full distance, aren't you?
Yes, well, today Thierry tried to make the distance. We had a small problem. Tomorrow is my turn, so I will try to go for a Grand Prix distance.
Okay, they're working on the car now. Is there anything different they're going to do to the car before it goes out tomorrow?
We are changing something in the car for tomorrow, mainly in the setup of the car, because Thierry was not very satisfied with his handling. We will see tomorrow, but anyway, it's normal routine of testing.
Well, according to team management, tomorrow it'll be the turn of Riccardo Patrese in his Williams Renault to do the Formula 1 Grand Prix distance. Join us tomorrow night on Top Sport as Performance Plus brings you all the action.